Hello and welcome back. My name is Artur Ganshiniec. I was the lead story designer for the first Witcher, and now I'm playing the game 20 years, 18 years after the release. We are in chapter 4 on the lakeside, and let's take a look at the quest log. Yeah, the magical boy Alvin is here, and I must give him an amulet. There's some mysterious armor, Witcher armor. We have to find. The Witcher Berengar is here. He's not a fan of being a Witcher. Oh, there are still some drowners on the riverbank I have to vanquish. Yes, I should talk to Julian and the Vodian priest about the peace between Vodianoi and village people. Not the band, the people living in the village. Oh, there's some cat harness from the Greeks. Some Alps, devourers, giant centipedes. Yes, and I have to talk to Alina about the family drama. Okay, so all in all, we have a lot of pastoral themes in this chapter, and a lot of family drama that is inspired by works of Polish Romanticism. But we also continue the topic of prejudice and elves fighting for freedom, and on top of that we have the evil Vodian creatures worshipping Dagon. And we still have a brand new location to explore, and that is the fields. And while I don't really like hunting wolves, but what can you do? Self-defense. I would like to say a few words about the armor quest, because at some point, upgrading equipment is a staple of CRPGs as a genre, and we wanted to have that in the game, but from technical reasons we couldn't really do normal equipment, or even changing clothes like it works in the later Witchers or in Baldur's Gate, or everyone now, because now the character models are modular and you can just swap one element. But in Aurora Engine, a character model is a whole model. It had to be one mesh. So to make a Witcher in an armor, we would have to or we had to do a brand new model. So if we allowed, for example, different armors and different gauntlets or boots, we would have to do a new model for every combination, and that was unfeasible. So we decided to make the armors we planned for the game just more epic by adding a unique backstory to them, and we liked it. I think the players liked it, and if you played Witcher 3, you could see that there are a whole quest lines for different armors for different Witcher schools. And although in The Witcher 3 the technical constraints no longer apply, the fun of finding a unique armor with its own history is still something that the players like, and I really like those quests. Okay, we are on the fields right now, and this is also an old location. I mean, we inherited it from the previous iterations of the game, and I love how different it is. Like with this, it's just rolling fields. Okay, maybe the wheat is appearing as we go, but we can imagine that it's all covered in just in wheat probably. But also, because the location was already there, like this tree, it's a very unique element and most players are drawn to it, but it didn't really have any function. So I suppose we might have found some ideas what to do about it, or some reason for the player to visit the place. But all in all, it was like done from the in the wrong sequence. Like the tree was here before, and we didn't really have any quests for it. And I gathered some raspberries, and if you read Balladyna, a Polish romantic drama from 19th century, you would probably know that that a tragedy is coming, because the Balladyna, spoilers, but we all played the game probably. Balladyna is about two sisters who are competing for a man, and apart from other stuff, and they have this contest who will pick more berries, and the good sister wins, but the bad sister kills her. She's splattered with blood. The blood is not going off like in Macbeth, but she says that just raspberry juice, stuff like this. And here we have some old manor, also inherited. So this whole area is very, or feels very, mystical. And the fact that I can probably go up here, like in The Witcher 3, that's a norm, but here in The Witcher 1, that's just awesome. Maybe I should try to do something with the graphic settings to see. Okay, I'm trying to find a setting where the whole fields will be visible, but that's not this setting. As you can see, I don't really remember much of of the technical stuff about the game. So never mind. We will just imagine. We just imagine that we can see those yellow rolling fields here, and it would be a perfect place for a combat. I don't really, to be honest, I don't remember what is happening here. That's pretty exciting because, I really like this chapter and I remember the general outline, but I don't really remember particular quests. So let's be, surprised together while exploring the fields. Oh, what is this? That's probably some Vodian boss because it's named. And again, I talked about it in chapter 2 a lot, but you can see that's a pretty standard. That's a pretty standard way of, let's say, systemic or environmental storytelling. Just to drop enemies that say something about the location or the conflicts in the location. And right now we have those evil Vodianoi this is what I'm talking about, like this starry night. This is a brand new skybox that was prepared especially for those three locations. Like it was supposed to be very magical, and I think it is. I really like it, like the night in the fields. Okay, so just by killing the Vodianoi and reading how they are named, we understand that some Vodianoi worship the Lady of the Lake, while some Vodianoi worship Dagon, and the Dagon worshipping ones are bad, are not cool Vodianoi. And we learn something from that, just and it's cheap, relatively cheap. You still need to have some enemies. Oh, a wyvern. And more wyverns. Okay, Royal Wyvern is okay, you know what? I think that might be the good moment to for some potions. And you can see how the atmosphere on the fields changes when the night comes. during the day it's this idyllic location. You can almost feel the heat, the sun, and you can almost smell the fields. And at night monsters are abound, and it's different, it's dangerous. Survivors monsters or not? That is the question. Yeah, I should have been using the silver sword. Well, you live and you learn. Okay, but maybe there will be some eggs, not balls, eggs, for the innkeeper, for his famous omelets. You can see that there are some dead people here. Survivors were not, I wanted to say, just joking a bit, that they are a natural part of the environment, but at the same time, they can be pretty dangerous. And you can, think about it both ways. That maybe humans are just, encroaching Fiverr's natural environment, and at the same time, we can just, think that they are monsters. Oh, Devourer. So Devourer is some kind of a hack. There is a lot of them here. Good to know. And I don't have this bestiary entry, so I'll probably won't be able to get their teeth. Okay, so just let's go. But that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. That the location suddenly becomes dangerous. And just look at the sky. Just look at the sky. It's one of the most. Oh, maybe right now you can see that it's maybe low res a bit, but at the time that was one of the most beautiful skies I have seen in a game, and it stayed with me. It's very, okay, there probably will be some quest to do here. I should have been to the village talking to people, but to be honest, I felt like some sightseeing. Before, if I remember correctly, when we start talking with people, the situation, the family drama will escalate pretty quickly, and we won't have time for sightseeing because there will be Witcher stuff to do. But before that, we can just, walk around looking at the night sky. And I think there are both upsides and downsides, like subjectively speaking, of inheriting this location from previous versions of the script, because when you prepare a location for a specific quest, like the story informs the location, and the whole location usually is built so you just, got sucked into the story and experienced it in a specific order. Your attention is drawn to the things you need for, dramatical reason to keep the tension, surprise, stuff like this. But here, the location just exists. And the story, first we had to fit the story into the location, but at the same time, it sort of feels real to me. Some parts of Witcher 3 also felt pretty real, but here it are just, some huts by the forest, and you just stumble upon them. Maybe there's danger inside, maybe not. A hermit is living here. So it feels to me like I'm just exploring a place that really exists, that happens to have interesting stories within it. So let's go and meet the hermit, but the door is closed. Maybe this is where he lives. Yes. Anyone home? No. Yes.
How can I help?
Anything a witcher can do for you?
I do have a problem.
How can I help?
There's a druid's ring nearby with an ancient statue of the goddess. The place is saturated with the power and attracts dangerous entities.
Not surprising.
The wild hunt began haunting the ring recently. Its king hopes to lure the souls of the warriors laid in the kurgans by my hut.
I have dealt with the hunt. What would you like me to do?
Kill 9 phantoms, a hallowed number of the druids. Perhaps the appearance of a witcher will drive off the king of the hunt. As your reward, you may have a book on vampires, ownership of a hut, or a wreath of immortals.
So, as you can see, there are 2 things here that are worth discussing. First, the wild hunt in Witcher 1 wasn't yet the wild hunt from The Witcher 3. We didn't yet know that they are elves cosplaying ghosts. We thought about the wild hunt more like it was in the legends, like those wraiths, those ghosts, just, riding through the night and stealing souls of mighty warriors to join the hunt. So it was more like an embodiment of death and destiny. And, you might say that maybe the elves from Witcher 3 wanted us to think that way. Maybe they needed places of power for their own purposes. And that's probably true, but at the same time, that's retro engineering of the story. Retro engineering that I like, because I'm a fan of The Witcher 3. I didn't work on The Witcher 3 at all, but I'm a huge fan. But the Wild Hunt changed a bit over the course of these 3 games, and at this moment, when we were writing this dialogue, we just thought that Wild Hunt are just, spirits, ghosts. So that was one thing. And the other is, in Act 4, we were experimenting with giving you a choice. What do you want when you finish a quest? Like, you could get a book on vampires, ownership of a hut, or a wreath of immortals. And at one hand, it seems or sounds a bit like gamey, but on the other hand, from my perspective as a player, it's interesting. I'm like, I could use like the bestiary entry about vampires, but ownership of a hat. I know the game. I know I will move on, but I like owning places in games. So maybe I would love to have a hat. And why the Wrath of Immortals is important? Probably it's important for some reason because it's a reward. So it creates an interesting situation in game, because some in game some fun of the game comes from playing, but a lot of fun of the game comes from imagining things, imagining scenarios, deciding what to do. And if here I have an interesting scenario to think of, an interesting decision to make,
I can do that.
Remember this. The King of the Hunt is a powerful opponent, and no mortal, not even you, can hope to defeat him.
So how do I fight him?
Find mandrake root by the kurgans near my hut. The magic herb will keep the King of the Hunt at bay. Merely light the candle that stands within the ring and sprinkle mandrake upon the flame.
Yeah, that sounds helpful.
So we were sightseeing, and suddenly we are in the middle of a quest with ferocious opponents. I mean, wild hunt. And we have to find my mandrake. Let's see if I can track the quest. Where are the kurgans? We've already been to the Drake circle. Maybe the barrow is the kurgan? Yes. So there are some mandrake roots. Okay. So that's what I was talking about. We are just sightseeing. I love the moon. We are just sightseeing, and suddenly we are in the middle of of a quest with some surprising story. That's what I love about the game. Okay, and we already have some rides waiting for me. So let's go. Maybe I will save, just to be sure. Okay, as I suspected, that was not a good idea to go into this fight unprepared. One thing, usually you cannot use objects during combat, so I guess for this quest we decided to disable this this system and just allow this druid lantern to be used while you are in the combat state, because without it I think this quest might be impossible to finish, because the ghosts are there from the very beginning. They're just that's just unfair. That's just unfair. Guys, give me a break. You know what? I think this might be too much for me. I think the mandrake must have burned out. Because they are still following me, and the king of the wild hunt is there. So let's try to add a new mandrake root to the lantern. Okay. Okay. I must say that was a close call. And that was a hard combat, even on my easy mode. And you can see that we are reminding the player about the wild hunt here and then. First, because it plays an important role in the story, but the other reason is that we knew that Geralt was a part of the hunt, even though we didn't have all of the details sorted out yet. We knew he was the part of the hunt. So we knew the hunt will be, hunting him, or at least haunting him. And yeah.
How can I help?
I finished the job. The wild hunt is gone.
Splendid. I'm grateful. Which reward do you want?
I wouldn't mind owning a hut.
Here's the key to its door.
Thank you.
Please, also take this sack of holy salt. Carry it on you to fend off phantoms. It might prove useful.
Okay, so we got our own hut, but also we got some sack of salt, which I don't know where it is. Because we have this we have this mechanism in the game that you can like wear sort of amulets that fend off different types of monsters. Just like there was a red ribbon that was fending off drowners. It was very useful in chapter 2. Okay, so this is my hut. I'm not sure if it if it really is useful in any way to have this cottage. But now I'm a homeowner, and that's a source of satisfaction for me. Okay, I don't know where I have this salt. Okay, and I have a book about the pogrom in Rivia. That's the part of the book where Geralt's death is described. Oh, a talisman that repels giant centipedes. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I don't really like giant centipedes. I was sort of expecting that maybe there will be this storage here, just like in the inn, so I could have an access to my own stuff. But apparently, for some reasons, we decided that it's not the case, and I can't meditate here. So all in all, owning a cottage is a bit underwhelming. I would love at least to be able to meditate at my home. That's a shame. I see we were experimenting with a fantasy, but it's okay, so I can meditate here in front of my house. Okay, let it be. So we were experimenting with the fantasy of having a home or a house, and if you played Blood and Wine, you would know that it worked out for the Geralt in the end. But right now, that was, let's say, the first experiment, and it didn't go. In my opinion, it didn't go really, really well. Okay, so I have some mutagen. And let's see what we can do. Or maybe I did, because I got some potion from the Kikimo that were supposed to give me some mutation, but now I'm not sure if I do have it. I cannot really find it here. I must have missed something, but well, what can you do? Okay, so right now we spend some time on the fields. Maybe we'll go and explore the crypt, because there's this whole cat's harness thing that I may need. There's this story about the Greeks that destroy the bridge at night. I really love this location. Okay, so we have some... I wanted to say we have some garden variety undead, but here we have some Alps. And you can see this is something that I mentioned before, that we have those opponents that from the setting perspective, they should be pretty unique and pretty, powerful. But because we didn't want to buff up the opponents while the player progresses, we just start using, at some point we just start using those unique opponents as sort of mobs. So that's what is happening here. An Alp, which was a powerful opponent in the previous chapter, right now it's just sort of a mob. And some purists might say that, oh, that's not exactly what Alps are, but I think that from the player's perspective, it can be pretty satisfying to see that right now you can kill, a bunch of monsters that once were, a challenge, like this ghoul. Ghouls once were a challenge, and right now I can one-shot them with a well-placed art. So I feel more powerful. Okay. And we'll be exploring this crypt. It's getting pretty crowded in here. But that's just witch's work. Witch's nightly bread. I hope I will find stuff for the Greeks quest here, but maybe also some parts of an ancient armor. Like, fingers crossed. Okay. So this is this huge boss. He has a name, so he's bigger. But luckily, I'm playing on easy. I wonder what will happen, because I have only one inventory spot for the trophy, and it's already used, yeah, by the Vodian priest's head. So I hope you won't despawn when I leave the location. Fingers crossed. And speaking of personal preferences, because it's just a preference, I really love the part when I use art to unlock new parts of a crypt. I know those parts are prepared for me. I know it's not really a secret, but I'm feeling like, I uncover a place that was not meant for me. A place not visited for a long time. This is a huge crypt. I forgot how many monsters were there in chapter 4, because when you're on this at the swamps, at the swamp in chapter 2, you're getting into trouble. So you just expect lots and lots of monsters. But here, those nice pastoral places, the rolling fields, the, like, golden wheat, you just don't expect it to be so dangerous. And yet it is. Which is, I think, what makes this chapter so good. And that's what I love. Tak? No dzwoniłaś na mnie przed chwilą. Z drzewami, no. No. Nie szkodzi. A wiesz co, no oczywiście, że tak, jeśli by ci się chciało. No, chciałbym. Jak macie na wydaniu, to bym chciał, tak? Dobrze. Jasne. No fajnie. Dobra. Dawaj. That's what I love about the first Witcher. That every chapter is different, and every chapter has its own, conflicts and themes and mood. That was a very deliberate decision on our part, and I'm glad it worked. And here are the Greeks. This vampire is a tough guy, and an ugly one at that. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, those are the bad Greeks. And maybe the cat's harness will be here. No, just some loot. Here it is. Okay, so I have what I came here for. So we are ready to leave, but right now I think we can still spare some time to kill an Alp. Maybe there will be something interesting here. No, not really. So we will be leaving this place. Maybe it's time to go back to the village, talk with Alina. It's still night, but we are nearing the dawn. Okay. And it's peaceful here. The sky is beautiful. And you can ask what monsters. There is this peaceful, those peaceful fields. Okay, some devourers. I'll try not to engage with them. And the music is unique. Many elements of the game sort of got old, sometimes not in a pretty way, but the music is timeless.
What do you want?
I have the Griggs treasure.
Now take the harness to the chapel of our Griggs. It stands just by the bridge, a small red santon. Return the following day to see if the Griggs accepted the gift.
How will I know they did?
In its place, they will leave you a gift of value, symbolizing friendship or joy. If Harn keeps this gift with him, the Griggs won't trouble him.
Take care.
So, you know what? Let's just go and finish this quest. And I think that would be it for this episode. So we're just going to leave the cat's harness in the right place. Yes. When you get used to these locations, they are not so big, but I think they are well suited for the fact that we don't have a horse. So you can traverse them on foot without getting, too bored. And they feel big, but not too big. So right now we just have to find like this little I don't know, temple by our good local Greeks. That's just a dead body. That's probably the moment I should take a look at the map. Okay. So when I was talking about the ups and downs or having a location that was already completed, is that sometimes you have to use the map to find
A small chapel to some divinity who worships here.
Okay, so I got 4-leaf clover. I think what happened is that we put the harness right at the end of the night, and the 4-leaf clover was supposed to spawn when the day starts, so it happened almost instantly, I guess. So I think that might be it for today. I should wait for the mason. If it's day, he should appear soon. So those are the Greeks. I think that at some point there was the idea that they will have a face of someone from the team, but I think it didn't happen. I can see the face clearly, but it seems very cartoonish, so I think it was just a plan. But I remember the concept art of the Greek with the face of someone from the team. Okay. Is there a fireplace nearby? Not really, no. So, I think that's it for today. We'll finish the episode looking over the horizon and the places where we are not supposed to go because of the bridge and because it's nothing there. So, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.